This is Henry Tech Daddy Videos. Welcome back. We are live on a Monday and we are talking Amazon Q&A. I'm going to be answering your questions tonight. We had a special guest that was supposed to be on tonight, but unfortunately things didn't work out the way they did. So we're going to go ahead and have them on next time and make sure that that gets perfect and we get everything kind of weeded out and everything going the way it should be going. So, how's everybody doing this week? Hopefully, everybody is doing great. Sales are picking up in Amazon. So, if you are an Amazon seller, you should be seeing that. You should be seeing all the sales that are starting to pick up. And keep an eye on those sales. Make sure that they're selling good. Make sure you guys are pushing those sales out there, making sure that you're doing everything that you should be doing and hopefully everything works your way. Hopefully, you guys have a good summer. Summer is coming up, and it is April 1st. April 1st, you know what time that is, members, right? So, all my members on my Amazon A to Z course. Yesterday, I went ahead and uploaded the product of the month. You guys have the product of the month. Take a look at that. That is going to be a good summer item. Also, it's going to be a good all year around item. So take a look at that, and hopefully you guys make quite a bit of money just off of that particular product itself. So um, yeah, so today I've been extremely busy. Was picking up more products, and I have shipments back here that are going to Amazon, getting ready for that. I wanted to bring that up also because when you guys send in your your product to Amazon, make sure that you guys put your detail list in there. Make sure that you have your list inside the box itself because they're hitting people really hard that don't have that in there. And so you want to make sure that you have um, that in the box itself. And so let me kind of show you. Let me show you what's going on. Let me see here if I could show you guys. So if we're kind of looking at inside the box here, I have my product, and so what I also do is I put stuff over it just to kind of protect it. Um, that way, we have this piece of paper right here that tells you the inventory, what we have in the box itself. This you're able to print out through your back office and make sure that you have that in there. Also, I have my uh, labels here. My labels I'm going to be putting on top of the box and getting that all sealed up. So make sure that you guys have that in there. Um, this in here in particular because this right here will help you out with not getting fined or anything else through Amazon itself. And usually what I'll do is I'll just put this right on top and then I will go ahead and I will seal it up and cover everything up here. And then also I have these two-piece labels and we're going to put that, take this off and put them up right on top of the box here. So this one is ready to go. And the way I kind of like to prep it up, so I like to prep these up as far as putting the labels on. I'm going to put the tape on this obviously, but let me show you exactly how it should go. So we just kind of rip this off, peel this off here. We're going to put it right on the corner and get that ready. This one is for UPS ground, and then we have this one right here that is going to go to FBA. This is FBA prep. So we want to make sure that we get this and put this on the box itself here. Also, what I like to do is I like to make sure that I put it on the opposite end and kind of keep them covered. So they're going to look like this when they receive. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to put the tape on there. I'm not going to seal it up right now, but I kind of just wanted to show you guys as far as how this should be going to Amazon's warehouse. You want to make sure that you get that taken care of. How do we print out the listing from the back office? Chris, that's in my training. Take a look at it there. It says how to send products into Amazon's FBA. If that's what I'm thinking that you're talking about, how do we print out the listing? You don't print out the listing. You're just going to print out. This is FBA prep, so we got to do a Amazon fulfilled by Amazon order, so you can get that ready, and that's a whole process right there. But you're able to print out the contents through the back office there, and then once you print that out, make sure that, like I said, that goes into the box itself. So once that goes into the box, it's fine. They know exactly what it is, and so forth. Also, one more thing I kind of want to show you guys, but I don't want to get out of the scene here while I'm doing this. If you have any type of labels or anything else like this, like for example, this right here, this other label, you want to cover that up. If this was outside of the box, you definitely want to cover that up and make sure that that's all covered up. That way they don't get confused or sending it somewhere else or anything else like that. So, so let's see who's on. Forbidden Identity. What's up there, Forbidden Identity? Amazing Mickey. AMZ Selling Info. What's going on? Steve is now watching. Chris, Divya, what's going on there? Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask questions throughout the broadcast if you guys like, and then we can answer those questions for you. That would be fine. Chris says, how do we print out the listing from the back office? I don't know exactly what you mean, Chris, when you say that, but I'm thinking that you're thinking about the content itself. You can download that through the back office there. So let me see if I could... Steve says, Chris, it's on the Amazon shipping page. Yes, it is. Small town values, what's happening? I use tape like it's going out of style. Yeah, really, seriously, you should be fine. I do have a shipping tape here that I do use. I use something similar to something like this, and just pull it out and just basically go one time and seal it up if I was going to seal it up. Okay, that's how I would do it. Basically, couple of strips to go along there, and then you're good. Let me see here. Small town values. Henry, do you use another app besides the Amazon app when sourcing products? I came across Price Pulse for iPhones, and it shows some good historical data for items in price. No, I like to use the Amazon app itself just because, it's their information. So you can go into your back office, and if that's what you're talking about, yeah, if that's what you're talking about, yes, then I would use Amazon's app and kind of use that. It's pretty accurate when it comes to data anyway. So also, I use a utilized scotch, but found that duct tape is really easy and the best. Yeah, whatever works for you, whatever works to get you to get that there. I mean, you can obviously there's more tape around, and I kind of reuse these boxes as I'm ordering products. There's tape there. I just leave it on just to make it a little bit more sturdier and to make sure that it's going out there and doing what it should be doing. So there's obviously there's never enough tape. You know, you can always use duct tape or anything else like that. And I mean, who cares about how the box looks as long as it gets there in one piece? And that's what we really want. So, but I am finding out that there's a lot of people that have been they've been calling and sitting there complaining and saying that, oh, you know, it's um, sending an inventory or lost. It's the inventory is lost, and this is a good way for you not to lose your inventory because it's right there. And another reason why you would want to use that is in case your um, FBA prep label gets damaged in any way, they can open up the box and it will tell them exactly what the content is, who's there, and everything else like that. So it's a second way for them to figure out what's the product, who it belongs to, and where it goes. So yes, so always good to have that in there. All right. What's up there, Jenny? Jenny Ladana says, "Hey Henry, we are on our second product. Sold over 100 pieces on our first one. Still learning. Are you going to pick someone else to partner with? My husband and I have been out of the loop." Um, yeah, I will as it starts to slow down, but right now I'm extremely busy, and I was hoping to kind of do this every month, but I found out that it just takes a lot more to it. As Steve will tell you, we are working on two more products for him, and see how that works out. The first product that we chose is really, really taken off, and it's a really good product. And now he's making quite a bit of money. I was kind of hoping to get him on tonight, but unfortunately, things didn't work out on my end. So, but I will definitely get him on, and we can talk about that. Small Town says, understood. I use your seller app also. Just wondering what you use. I've been doing FBA since September, selling on eBay since 1998, working hard to get ungated in more categories. If you're going to get ungated in more categories, sell, sell, sell. Once you start selling products, once you start putting it out there, create a very good listing and Small Town, and you should be fine. What's up there, Denise? Denise, do you offer any information on finding a reliable sourcing agent in China? No. Um, Here's the thing: is I'm going to be as blunt as I possibly can with you because when you are sourcing in China, you really don't know who you're dealing with until you get your product. When you get your product, then you kind of know um, how good that person is, how fast, everything comes into play. Time that you place the order, time that you receive the order. Was the product good? Was the product what it should have been? And so you want to make sure that when you are sourcing, you kind of talking to people, we're going through chat and what have you. And so when I do that, I like to communicate with uh, with them through Alibaba, and I'm just going to see if I can get this on the screen um, and kind of show you guys as I'm talking here. But I kind of look at several things. I kind of look at quite a bit of things when I'm out here and I'm doing uh, any type of sourcing on Alibaba whatsoever. So let me go ahead and see if I can get in. And is there anything, Denise, that you want to try to source? I mean, is there anything that you are looking for? I can kind of show you live as I'm doing it. But yeah, just let me know. Let me know in chat if there's any particular product that you're kind of looking for. And let's see, we'll kind of do it together. Small Town Volume says, yes, sir. I'm finding that I'm getting approved a lot more and I'm doing over 10K per month in sales. Awesome. Well, if you're doing over 10K a month in sales, then you should be able to apply for like beauty or anything else like that. that is gated, and they should approve you just on your sales. And they kind of look at everything. They look at your sales, they look at your matrix, make sure that it's all good, and so forth. Artificial flowers and stuff. You know what? That is actually really good. Let me show you something. And I used to sell that, so I know it's a good product. So let me go with. Let me do this. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm going to show you guys right now. So I just want to make sure that I am looking at this. And see here. But let me show you real quick. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that. Here's the artificial flowers, and we were kind of looking at something like this. There was another one that I let me see if I can find it. That was really good. I'm not sure if it even come up here or not. But if you, for some reason, you want to contact these people and negotiate or what have you, the best option is to have your chat now. And if they have a chat now, that's right there on the side. Definitely want to contact them that way. That way you're able to talk to them. And when I'm looking at Alibaba, I'm looking at several things here. I'm looking to find out if they're a gold supplier, for one. I'm looking to find out if they have trade assurance, for two. And also how many years they've been with Alibaba. As you can see right here, it's been 5 years for this one, 3 years for this one. Now, don't let that sit there and base that on your decision whether they're a good supplier or not. But you want to ask and find out if, say, if they are a manufacturer or if they're a distributor. You want to find out what they are. If they're a manufacturer and they can put a logo on or what have you, it's a lot easier. Then that means that they can get the product and get it fairly quickly for you. If they are a distributor, then they can only do so much. So, okay. So Denise says, "Do you operate in finding a reliable sourcing agent?" Oh, agent. I'm sorry. Okay. You know what? There's plenty of agents out there, and when you are looking for an agent, ask the manufacturer. Ask them if they have their own agent. And they should be able to point you in a direction and say, yes, well, I use this one. They're really good. But usually the agents themselves, I don't use agents personally because I like to negotiate on my terms. And whenever you're using an agent, you're going to be paying money for the agent anyways. And so I would rather save money. To be honest, Denise, and go out there and save money and negotiate myself. So if I'm going to negotiate, I'm just simply going to come over here to the chat now, and I'm going to be negotiating this way. And once I hit this chat now, there's two options. You can contact the supplier, or you can hit the chat now. I like to hit the chat now just because I want to talk to them right there, right then, and I want to be able to negotiate with them right there and right then. So let me see if I could log in here, and hopefully it goes through. And good, there we go. Now, I talked about this the other day, and I discussed this the other day, and when you are going to negotiate and you're talking about these flowers right here, what you want to do is you want to send this right here. It says send product information to seller, because the seller doesn't really know what you're asking for, and they will sit there and go, well, what are you looking for? What type of artificial flowers you're looking for or what have you. So it's always best to hit send and say, start off the conversation as, hello, my name is Henry, and I'm interested in your flowers that are for sale. Okay, and first thing they're going to turn around and they're going to say is, what's your MOQ, or how much do you want to order, and so forth. So I like to just kind of beat around, just basically tell them, look, I want to do a small order, and place the small order, and so forth. And so once I do that, then I'm able to negotiate and see if they're willing to negotiate. If they're willing, that's the most important thing, is to find out if they're willing to negotiate. So start off with that conversation to say, hello, my name is so and so, and then say I'm interested in your cherry blossom branches for sale. And right here shows anywhere from 90 cents to $3 a piece. And you simply would just say something like, would like to order 100 units to start. Okay. And once you ask them that, then they kind of know. And also here it's going to say unread. You'll know as soon as they read it, because that will change. And once that changes, you'll see that they read it. And if they respond quick enough to you, then there you go. Your negotiations are starting. And that's what you want. You want to be a good negotiator. Sit there, and even if they say no, well, look, you can always find other people out there. Now, as far as the agent is concerned, yeah, they'll try to find. See, right here, just changed. So as you see, they read it. Now, most likely, they're going to respond, and we're going to be negotiating live here on YouTube, and so. As you can see, they read it. Shows that it's been read. All right. While we're doing this, small town value, my personal impressions on drop shipping is that it's certainly scared the crap out of me. I don't like to sell anything I can't physically quality check first. Smart. And no, look, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that like to drop ship. I mean, that's an easy way to go out there and get products into Amazon, but it's a good way to get kicked out of Amazon. So, there's some people that make tons of money drop shipping, but you don't go out there and you don't have a product that's number one by drop shipping at all. So, let me see here. Denise says, if your item is customized, how much faith and trust can you put in the manufacturer to send the same inventory as the sample? That is a good question. So, again, they went ahead and they responded here. As you can see, it was 90 cents to $3. So they started out with $1 to $1.20 a piece. Okay, right here. So let me say here, let me get back to you. Just so I don't want them hanging on. And you'll see it change right now as you can see, she read it, or he read it. And so there you go. Okay. And that is the best way, is to go through chat. Okay. A lot of people like to use email and get out there and do email. And that, to me, that is like a waste of time completely. I don't want to sit there and do days and days of email back and forth. And so, and when I could just do chat, get it over with in about half an hour and have everything ready to go. So Denise says, if your item is customized, how much faith and trust can you put in the manufacturer to send the same inventory as the sample? Well, again, you want to be able to have the product sent to you. You want to be able to physically look at that particular product, see if it's a good product. And so let me use this as an example. Okay, I'm going to use this as an example, and Steve knows exactly what this is. Okay, and so these right here, we had put a private label on them, put the name on them, went ahead and put this in a brown box, not with the two color print, so it was cheaper. And so we wanted to make sure that when we did this itself, that it was a pretty decent box, but at the same time, it wasn't an expensive box. So we put a lot of emphasis into the bamboo toothbrushes themselves. And as you guys know, there's a lot of people selling bamboo toothbrushes. So we decided to add something extra into the product itself. And as you can see right here, these are individually wrapped, and some of them didn't come individually wrapped. So we wanted to make sure that when we had this particular product that we were just a little bit different than some other people out there. And so we had them do this. We tested it, and they came out really, really good. As you can see here, they kind of put our logo right there. Not sure if you guys can see that. There you go. There's the logo and the white. Let me do this so you guys can see. All right, let me get this camera zoomed in here. And there we go. So I'm going to cover the logo up, but you can see the white bristles right there. There you go, next to my mustache. And so these are really, really soft bristles themselves. And let me do this. There we go. Really, really soft bristles. And this is what we wanted, because we wanted to make a huge difference when it came to the product itself. And so we wanted to make sure that we did everything kind of, correctly. And so went ahead and put in basically all the information that this was catering to, as far as eco-friendly. People out there, just because they, if they're buying bamboo toothbrushes, obviously they're not buying the plastic stuff. They're not going out there and buying any of that. They want, the BPA free, eco-friendly, and so forth. So we went ahead and did this one, and then we complemented it with a case to go along with it. And so, but that was just one of the products that we decided that we were going to do, just to kind of put it out there. And that's an all-year product, and that was a product that wasn't seasonal or anything else like that, and was going to make quite a bit of money. And so there you go. Let me see. Denise says, so in the view of time difference, when do you chat? Well, I mean, I'm here in Los Angeles, and as you can see right now, they're already there. And so it's always to chat after 5 p.m. Los Angeles time. If you are on the East Coast, after 8 p.m. would be ideal to go out there and chat with the suppliers. And that's their morning in China. So they should be able to chat with you. And usually there's somebody, when you go and you negotiate, or you hit the chat. Sometimes I think that goes directly to them or their email or something, and lets them know that somebody is interested, and then they reply over the phone. So it's a it's an easy process for them itself. So all right, Steve, thumbs up for Henry. Appreciate that. Yeah, would love it if you guys turn around and gave me that thumbs up right there. If you guys are learning anything today, great. I do this every Monday, and I go out here and I do Amazon Q&A, and I'm finding out that there's quite a few and even more new people coming in, which is good. And I try to give out just a little bit of knowledge for you guys, and ask your questions or what have you. So, and now I'm able to show my screen and get out there and show you products and all that here on the screen itself, or if I want to do a little bit of training, I can do that too, and do that for my members. So all right. But yeah, I wanted to bring this up, and I thought that was pretty important, because there's a lot of suppliers that don't put those little invoices in there, and you want to make sure that they do put that in there, and when they send them off, it gets there and it goes to the right person. Because if you are sending in hundreds or thousands of pieces, what Amazon likes to do is spread them out throughout all their warehouses, and you want to make sure that when you go out and you have products sent there, that it's the right color, the right size, and everything is good from your supplier itself. And that's why it's important for you guys to inspect the products yourself. Let me see here. Denise says, so you mentioned that some of the products was not packaged correctly. So what do you do? Yeah, it's very simple. If I get a product and I'm looking at this product and the product's not, it's not right, it is easier if it comes to me and I stop it before it gets into Amazon. Because once it gets into Amazon, they charge you 50 cents per unit to get the product out. So that can cost you quite a bit of money. If you have 1,000 units in there and they sent in the wrong color, well, then you're going to end up paying $500 to get your own product out for a mistake that you didn't even notice because you didn't inspect it yourself. And if you would have had the product sent to you directly and then sent it into Amazon, it would have been cheaper for you to do that. There are times where if you can, and if you're here in the United States and you want to be able to send products into Amazon's warehouse, and if you're getting products from overseas, it is best that you have it delivered to your business, to your office, or what have you, and have it sent to you, so you're able to physically inspect it, make sure that it's the right color, the right size, the right product that you ordered. It was perfect with the sample that you went ahead and you ordered, and if that's the case. Now, Denise had mentioned earlier that what if your product was different from the sample that you ordered? It's a perfect time for you to receive it, and then you can tell Alibaba, no, I do not accept this order because they made a mistake, and your supplier does not get paid when you're going through Alibaba until everything is legit on your end. You received it, you checked it, you inspected it, you okayed it, and once you did that, Alibaba is going to sit there and ask you, were you satisfied with your shipment? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. And if you say yes, then your supplier gets paid. So Alibaba is kind of like a holding tank or holding facility for the suppliers. So you kind of think of it as eBay and PayPal, right? eBay and PayPal. Well, you pay, go ahead and pay PayPal, and then that supplier on eBay doesn't get paid until it's all good. And when it's all good, then fine. If they file a complaint or they, uh, you know, try to get their file the complaint because they didn't get their product. Well, guess what happens? PayPal doesn't sit there and argue. They just give them their money back and say, "Here you go," or they put it down as a case and then they investigate. And most of the time, you get your money back. So, same thing with Alibaba with their suppliers. So good. Craig, what's up there? What's up there, Craig? What's happening? Steve gives me a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Yeah, so again, we are getting to that point now to where things are picking up quite a bit. You guys should be making quite a bit of sales out there. I was pretty excited about the product of the month. I actually launched it a day early and got that out there to my members. So I'm hoping that they enjoy that one. It's going to be very good. I think it's going to be an awesome product, and it's fairly cheap to go out there and get. So, all right. But let me see who else. Well, looks good. Looks good, guys. Appreciate that. I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Now, when you and one of the things that I had noticed, like this week, I have merchant fulfilled products that I do, and I have products that I send in Amazon's FBA, and I was kind of testing it and looking at some of my merchant fulfilled products, and I was like doing more sales on my merchant fulfilled products than my Amazon FBA. So I was kind of sitting there going, wow, it should be the other way around. And for some reason, I did more sales on merchant fulfilled than I did with my Amazon FBA for that one particular product. And I was like, okay. And then the next day, I did more on Amazon's FBA as I did for merchant fulfilled. So I'm still trying to figure out the algorithm, still trying to figure out how they go about doing that. There are some things that Steve and I are testing right now for keywords. And one of the things that we had discussed earlier about keywords is isolating the keywords and making sure that we condense them down to figure out if they're looking at just your title, your bullet points, your descriptions now, because a lot of things have changed. And so I'm not pushing my product with Amazon's pay-per-click right now just because I do sales naturally. But for those of you that are brand new and going to go out there and don't have the feedback and all that we have, and I want to see if that works out any different for you, and if you're going to be spending more on automatic campaigns and manual campaigns. Crypto Truck, I have one supplier that gave extremely low price, but he does not have trade assurance, but have a verified manufacturer. What do you think? Well, what I think about that is, look, it doesn't matter if they have trade assurance, that's fine. Go out there and use what I talked about. Use that Visa card with PayPal, kind of protect yourself. And use that. Just say, hey, I'm going to pay. You just pay for it through Visa, through Alibaba. Even though it's a PayPal Visa card or MasterCard, you're kind of protected on that. So if you don't get your product, you can always file a complaint and get your money back. So it's kind of protects you there. OS, with Amazon's FBA, do you need a seller's permit? Yeah. I would say so, because OS, there are guys out there that are doing, they have their own corporation, they have their own LLC, so they kind of use that. But you need a seller's permit to start charging taxes to your customers. And that's only going to protect you in the end, because you don't want to be paying taxes for that reason itself. So when you are starting out with Amazon, the first thing I would do is make sure that I have my business license, make sure that I have a business account, make sure that I have a seller's permit through the county or state that I'm at, and you can go and put that seller's permit number in your back office, and then Amazon started charging taxes for your customers, and you kind of protect yourself, and you kind of know how much money you're spending when they're buying your products, and then you just send those taxes in, and just protects you at the end. An LLC or any type of C corp or anything else like that is going to protect you to a certain point, but you want to make sure that you kind of do everything correctly. And if you got to use different software for that, then so be it. Use tax software for that. There's TaxJar out there that people use, and there's GoDaddy has, I think, one for like $10 that is really, really good, that will itemize your taxes and figure out what money you're spending, what for product and everything else like that. It's I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I know GoDaddy has their tax services also that they do, and just give them a call and you can ask them there. So. Amazing Mickey, let me see here. Amazing Mickey says, Henry, how often do you personally do research and launch new products to sell? Man, that is a good question, because every single day I am looking at products. Every single day. I just picked up 400 units today at a local warehouse, and I was able to pick that product up. I had to drive 50 miles. Took me almost 2.5 hours, but I picked that product up, and it's going to be sending that off to Amazon's FBA and get that taken care of within the next day or so, and get it in. Create my listing, do that. So I'm always testing products. I don't care what it is. This one kind of fell on my lap, and I was really intrigued by it. And what I did is I did a research on Amazon to find out if it was there, and there was nothing like that. There was smaller products for something totally different. But it was something that I said, you know what, we can definitely make some money off of this. And I was able to do my research, track down the supplier, didn't have to go to China, found them here in the U.S., and they were in my own backyard, basically. Gave them a call, gave me a great price. I was able to give them my my seller's permit, and there you go. And kind of worked out pretty good when it came down to it. So and that was just another product that I was able to put on the shelf and say, okay, let's try it, test it, and it may take off, it may not. It may be a dud, who knows? It may just be one of the best sellers. You just never know. Because sometimes when you think a product is going to move, it moves okay. And then when you think a product doesn't move, it's like one of your best sellers. And you go, wow, I never would have thought. And when we're talking to Steve on that, there was a product that I introduced to him and let him know about, and it was something that now he can say that he never thought that this would really take off, and now he's kind of seeing it and saying, well. And if you can find products out there that are unique, that are hard to find in stores, and then that's even better. It's even better to go out there and find those particular products. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, this has been pretty good. Just kind of winging it and just kind of talking to you guys, and feel free to ask a little bit more questions. I got about 5 more minutes left, and then I am out of here. and then we're going to be doing more work on Amazon itself. For those of you that have not looked at the training, I do have my training courses at techdaddyvideos.com. Take a look at the training there. I do have different packages that you guys can choose from. It's going to help you, and you know, you're going to learn how to sell on Amazon the correct way, and that's where you kind of have my support. I do leave my phone number in all my videos, so feel free to give me a call, 626-225-3002. You can contact me and give me a call, and I do answer my phone. So with that being said, I don't think there's anything else that's going on tonight, guys. We're going to call it an early one. And again, if you have questions, feel free to give me a call. If you have questions about the courses itself, or want to ask me questions before you even sign up, feel free. I also have a free course that you can take. Take a look at that one, and it's going to help you out a little bit, especially for you new people out there that are just learning how to go out there and trying to figure out on your own, you know, how to sell on Amazon. Well, I've been doing it for well over 11 years now, and this is what I do, and this is what I teach. So again, thank you guys for coming on, and you guys have a good night, have a good week, and hopefully you guys sell quite a bit, and we will see you guys on the next video. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you later. See ya. Peace.